most of us when we were growing up were given messages by well-meaning parents that let us know that who we were at our core, our truth of who we were, was less than acceptable, and sometimes not acceptable at all. So children learn, most of us learned very early, not to be, not to express, not to embrace, and certainly not to accept who we are at our core, our truest selves. I'm inspired by 3 of my clients who have in the last 2 weeks found their person. I quizzed them about what is it that you think you did that made the big difference. And one of the things at the top of the list was self-acceptance. One of the women shared, I wrote on my dating profile with complete abandon about this is who I am and this is what I want. Got a response immediately. I did a similar thing. I had put kind of the standard thing on my dating profile about, oh, I'm a positive person and I'm a spiritual person and I'm this. And I just totally ramped up the whole level of truth telling after feeling very frustrated. I know you can relate about people I was meeting on the dating apps. So what is it in you? I've had people share with me, I've been told my whole life I'm too loud, I'm too much, too expressive, too sensitive, too quiet. Fill in the blank. What's the message that you got? And then I want to challenge you to accept that. I want to challenge you to, as you date, even just in your life, if you're not dating right now, definitely on your dating profiles, to be it 10% more accepting of who you are. Be more of who you are, not less of who you are. Because for one thing, when we don't accept ourselves, we cut off our own full expression of who we actually are. And what happens is then we push away people who would be our perfect person by trying to be something that we're not. And acceptance is the first step to truly expressing your deepest truth and calling in the person who is your match. I tell a true story about my dating adventure where this really landed for me that I call Starbucks Man. Starbucks Man is a man where I showed up at a restaurant. I was so excited that the man looked like his profile picture. That was kind of new for me, and sat down and we had a lovely chat. We got tea and we sat down and he asked me some great, wonderful questions, engaging questions. And one of his questions was, what books have you been reading lately? And I could feel this inner compulsion to kind of be more normal, to fit in and not be too sort of out there, and which is what I am, kind of new thought and spiritual. And when I answered him with the title of the book, he said, what is that? I don't know what that is. And I explained what it was. He said, and he leaned back and he said, oh, so are you one of those like new age women here in LA, like with the feathers and the stones? And I could feel the moment that came from all my upbringing and all the times that I was not accepted for who I was at my core. I could feel all of that rushing in, mostly my parents, to want to please and say the right thing. But it melted away because I was trusting the divine more. And I said, yeah, that's pretty much explains me. That's who I am. And he said, oh, well then, with a look of disdain, we are not going to be a match. And I said with great empowerment, you know what? It doesn't sound like we are. Be yourself. Be even more of your authentic self. Accept those quirky things about you that other people may judge, and open up the gates to find your person. You're weird? Be weird. Don't be normal. And have fun out there.